Well, hello everybody. It's Mike here. I just want to welcome you back to Mr. Cast Iron. And man, have we got a show tonight for you. I got Mrs. CI here beside me for a little bit. She's going to be my shotgun in the shotgun seat and sidekick here with me. So good to see everybody here. Tonight we're going to visit with Cam and Teresa of Flour, Eggs, and Yeast. So I'm going to... Somebody's got feedback. That ain't gonna work. So, all right, I got it muted. All right, let me kick them on here. Good to have you guys here with us. So, we certainly are technically unfit this evening. Seems like we've got a little issue here with some feedback, but we've got that solved. So, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
Man, we're doing good. Good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you for having us. We're pretty excited.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, look like we got a few people here in the chat room. Can you guys see the chat?
Let's take a look here.
Up in your top right hand corner, just click on comments.
Oh. Yep, got it.
Oh. All right, you should be able to see everybody in the chat room. So looks like we've got Joni Vitali. Did I pronounce that right?
As good as it was going to get, yes.
All right, Victoria Lapp, Tennessee Buck Outdoors, Jeff's there, and Linda Oxley. Good to have everybody here with us tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I've got just a few things that I've got on my mind first that I would like to ask. Where do you guys hail from?
We are currently in Orlando, Florida.
Down in Florida. Okay. Are you guys originally from Florida or no?
No, we've moved around quite a bit. Texas, New Jersey, New York, parts further.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. You're around Orlando, so you're around Disney then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got some questions about that because I've done a little research on you guys, so we'll get into that a little bit later on. So, but anyway, well, we're up in northeast Arkansas, southeast Missouri, little place called Piggott, Arkansas. So good to have you guys with us. We'll go ahead and get started. Before we do, I want to share something with everybody. We've been doing some sticker swaps. So if you guys are in the chat room, you got some stickers. I got some new ones in today, and I just want to share it with you. I got two from a good friend of mine. If we can see these, the old boy's down in Australia, Patty Joe Cooking. So if you guys not been to his channel, be sure and go there and check Patrick out. He's a great dude. I really enjoy Patrick, and also got another one in the mail today, and he sent me two different ones. If I can get this to type in, but this is Max Cedino down in Texas, small town Texas barbecue. We interviewed him not too awful long ago. He's got a great channel, so if you've not been over to check them out, be sure and do that. And certainly I've linked up in the chat at the top. I've pinned a post here for Cam and Teresa. Be sure and go over and check their channel out. If you've not yet checked them out, be sure and go over and check it out. Check their videos out. Give them a thumbs up. Give them a like, and subscribe if you have not done so. And we certainly appreciate that. And likewise myself. And, we might as well get all this stuff out of the way right away. So if you've not been to my channel, we'd certainly appreciate going over and checking us out as well. So looks like we got Stephanie from Ginger Snap Kitchen with us. She's going to be on, we're going to interview her, I think, the 13th of February. Janice Ridgway, good to have you. Patty Joe, there he is. There's my buddy right there. What's going on, man? So good to have you. Looks like Mark's here with us. Never say never. Good to have you, brother. Where did I miss? Okay, wait a minute. I've never heard of Flour, Eggs, and Yeast, but looked at the channel. Definitely will have to make that a mirrored glass cake. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Who else have we missed here so far? Just to get this out of the way real quick. There's Karen in the house with us. And so good to have you, my friend. All right, well, let's get started. We got several people in here with us, and like I say always, guys in the chat room, if you have any questions for Cam and Teresa, be sure and type them in. There's my little buddy Eric down there in Trinidad, 6-year-old Eric. That's my little buddy, man. That's my hero right there. Good to see you, little buddy. Good to have you with us. But like I said, guys, if you have a question for Cam and Teresa, be sure and type it in here. I'll try to catch it and get it up on the screen so we can, pick their brain a little bit about that. And, if I miss it, I'm sorry. I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just, I'm well over 50, so that's a problem sometimes.
I won't let you miss it.
Teresa said she won't let me miss them if she can help it. So anyway,
I'm barely over 50.
yeah, right. Whatever you want to say. Yeah. All right. Well, hey guys, let's talk a little bit about your channel. Why did you decide to go with YouTube?
That's actually a pretty interesting story, but we're going to keep it to the short version. So YouTube was, look, when we were all younger, nobody wanted to be on the camera, right? I mean, if there were birthday parties or holidays and somebody had the video camera, everybody scattered. Mm-hmm. But now it looks like there's a greater interest in actually seeing the voice or the person behind the story or the recipe. So we actually started doing this stuff on Facebook first, just for friends. No official website, anything like that. And it just got to a point where we said, you know what, let's see if other people like this too. And YouTube just seemed to be a lot better of a platform for us to be able to get our message out and meet some great people along the way. So we're really happy we did that.
I'll agree, man. This is an awesome community. I've been on social media ever since it got started. I've been on YouTube ever since they opened, I guess 2008, somewhere along in there. And for the longest time, I was just a viewer. And then I got kind of convinced to do, a channel. And so I created one. But you're right, man. This is a great place. I piddled around with Facebook a lot several years ago, and I'm still on it, but I'm not near like I am YouTube, man. I'm devoted to YouTube and the great community that we have. It's just awesome, the friends that you meet here, and I mean, they're authentic. Not saying that they're not. I mean, I've got 1,800 friends on Facebook, and I probably only know about a third of them.
Plus, also as well, I mean, YouTube, just like you, we were consuming content all the time, mm-hmm. right? If we needed to know something, figure something out, get a free education, we go to YouTube. So we decided also it would be better to be a faucet than a drain. So maybe we're going to give a little bit back to the community for what it's worth.
Absolutely. I certainly understand that. Leanne's in the house with us. Good to have you. Mac, we caught you there, brother. Appreciate you shouting me out on Instagram earlier. But anyway, glad you're here with us. How would you guys describe your channel?
I would say that we're a mix of food recipes and drinks and a little bit of magic, so a little bit of Disney thrown in there. So we have a pretty good routine. Every Monday we host a short, so one of those 60-second shorts. I know that you've talked about it on your show for a couple weeks. So we're seeing huge success with that, and it's typically right now a hot cocoa bomb. And then on Wednesdays, one of us shares a food recipe. So typically if it's the more savory recipes, Cam does those. But as you can see, I did the mirror glaze this past Wednesday. And then Friday, he has had, I don't know if they can see your shirt, Buzz with Your Cuz.
Yeah.
As long as we can remember, he reviews drinks and talks about it and tries to bring as much energy as possible so people can greet their weekend with enthusiasm.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. That's certainly cool. That cake you did, Teresa, I mean, that just blew me away. I'm just, I'll be honest, I have never seen anything like that.
Really? Oh, it was so popular about 4 or 5 years ago. Anyone who would post a video on mirror glazed cake seemed to get hundreds of thousands of views. So even though we're behind the 8 ball, I wanted to try it because it's so gorgeous. You can choose any color that you want. If anyone does painting, oil painting, it's kind of a similar effect where you layer the different colors in one bowl, and then you pour that bowl over top of a frozen cake or a pastry, whether it's a mousse, and then the colors ooze out and you can see all the ribbons. It's pretty fun. Anybody
That's
can
great.
try it just for fun.
The worst part is once it gets started, you can't stop.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, it's good there, stop. But it does what it does.
well, another one that I seen that you did was a stained glass cake. That just blew me away. I just was I mean, you sold me. I was impressed. I can assure you of that.
I was near panicked, near anxiety that entire time because it looked so bad. But that's the beauty of stained glass, is that it looks so bad. And then once you add the black lines and a little more color, all of a sudden it looks like a beautiful work of art. So in the end of that video, there's a blooper that I finally have the realization that it's going to be okay. I tell Cam, I'm like, oh, thank God, it's going to be okay. Like, it looked awful. In my mind, it looked awful at first.
Yeah, it was certainly awesome to me. It wasn't awful. Karen says I was like a deer in the headlights watching that mirror glaze dripping on that cake. I'm with you there, sister. Sure was. But hey, I'm going to take and pull your channel up here if I can share this screen real quick. See if we can get you pulled up. I want to look at your channel for just a minute. Looks like you guys have 876 subscribers, and I'm in the about section here. I just wanted to look at that for a minute. It looks like you just started in May the 30th of 2020 of this past year.
Wow.
So to be where you're at, that is awesome. You guys are rock stars. You're rocking it, and I mean, you're going to do great in this. You're already doing great. And so just wanted to check that out real quick. But I also want to pull up some videos here. This is always a tattletale for me because it shows with the red lines of what I've already watched. But anyway, that's okay. I've watched several of your videos now. Now, Cam did this meatball recipe here just the other day, and that was awesome. I liked it. I'll be trying that. I can assure you of that.
Yeah.
But looks like if we sort your videos, your most popular video is a short. And so you guys said you're starting to do quite a few shorts then?
Oh yeah, every Monday.
Every Monday?
And what did we hit? We hit 17,000 views.
No, the Bailey's is 23,000.
Oh, Bailey's went up to 23,000, and we just launched that last Monday. Like 10 days ago.
What was that?
Wow.
Was
yeah,
it?
I see that.
I watched
I see that
one.
right here,
I watched
23,000
it.
views.
Yes. Yeah, I watched that one.
I'll have to go back and watch that. So
I did. I watched that one. Yeah, 23,000. Wow.
Yeah. And I know that you guys talk about it on the channel a lot about whether you should do shorts or not. Is it worth it? So, for example, on those shorts, on that Bailey's, we have gained 95 subscribers.
Wow.
Just
wow.
short.
Yeah.
So even though it doesn't bring a lot of views to a person's channel, it provides visibility to who you are. And so every short, I mean, we were at 500 subscribers 3 weeks ago. So it's all coming from the shorts, is the subscribers.
Yeah.
The watch time is a problem for analytics, right? Because you can only watch a maximum of 60 seconds. But,
Right.
it's fine. I'd rather have people exposed to the content. This way they can come back in and watch the things that, a little bit longer and maybe more interesting than, a 60-second view into something a lot cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Looks like we got Stephen and Jacqueline in the house with us. Good to have you, brother. And did I miss anybody else here? There's Miss Sonia. She's with us. So, Grumpy Old Gringo, good to have you, my friend. Let's see. He said, good evening, Mike and Teresa, Cam and Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, I'm going to pull out of this for just a minute here. I wanted to look at the About section again real quick. I was trying to read that, and it says, we've always enjoyed creating content around recipe creations, tasting beverages, and celebrating life together through our world travels. Today we've decided to share that content on our new platform, Flour, Eggs, and Yeast, through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Instagram. Uh-oh, you got that double. We hope you are inspired to try our recipes in your own home. Visit Disney virtually with us here in Central Florida, or to raise a toast on any of our upcoming to be announced Facebook Live events. Looking forward to getting to know you and sharing our love of food. Cam and Teresa, food bloggers by weekend and nights. So that's great, man. I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about that. I know you guys are doing some stuff on Disney, and can you kind of elaborate a little bit on what's going on there with Disney?
You want to do it?
You want me to do it? So Disney is open here in Florida, so we're thankful to be able to go, and they still have their food festivals going on, so we try our best. Whenever a food festival launches, like right now they have the Festival of the Arts, so they have all these food booths that are little works of art. They all are beautiful, and they also have pieces of artwork that you can actually walk inside and take pictures as if you're part of the painting. And then they have a lot of chalk art on the sidewalks. And so Cam and I, you have to wear your mask. The only time that you can take it off is if you are eating and if you are stationary. So Disney has really good rules, and it feels very safe because people keep their distance. And if it's ever too busy, we realize that and we immediately leave. So, we're annual passes, so we have that benefit to go into a park for dinner and be able to exit if it's a little too busy for our liking.
Right. Roy is with us, canoeing the edge of the world. He says, you folks are in Central Florida. I'm in Brevard County, Satellite Beach. So good to have you, Roy. Let's see. Okay, looks like I'm caught up in the chat room there. I'm going to hit you with a couple other quick questions, and I'm going to go in another direction here in a little while. So we see that you started your channel in 2020, May of 2020? It was May, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. All right. What's one of your favorite foodie channels that you like to watch?
Good stuff. That's ratting ourselves out.
We have like 500 friends on the chat, so I don't want to pick favorites. But I really love. So, for example, I don't know if she knows your channel, so I'm definitely going to let her know to pop in. Her name is the Baking Diva. She has about 5,000 subscribers, and she's just a down home, older Italian woman who really connects well with her audience and personally comments on everyone's comments. So I think those are the people that I admire, is even though they have such a large brand, that they take the time to visit each channel. And also in the kitchen with Karen, she also kind of taught me, she doesn't know that she taught me this, but you did. She taught me how to navigate YouTube, because I kept seeing her name on all these other channel names, and I was like, oh, it's like a community. People know each other. It's like friends. And so that's when I started introducing us, because some people might see Flour, Eggs, and Yeast and not feel personally connected. So that's why I was like, we should introduce ourselves, and hopefully these people will accept us and start, engaging with us. But there's so many people like Jacqueline and Steven and, the small town Texas barbecue, just having that connection, just everybody's so supportive.
Outside of the community that we normally lurk in, there is a channel I like to watch. It's in Italian, so I need to turn on the subtitles. But it's Italian chefs that watch YouTube videos of Americans making their dishes. And they critique them, which is pretty funny. And then at the end, they show you how they make it. So it's just a really super interesting concept. I'm not going to try to butcher the name. I'll post it up in next week's chat for anybody who wants to see it. But I find great joy in it, just watching the process, because we sometimes forget that it's a global community. So when we do things, other people are looking.
That's right.
And sometimes it's like, the small town Texas barbecue. You make a brisket is different in Texas than it would be in Arkansas and Oklahoma and anywhere else. So we do things our own way, right? And it's just really fairly, to me, unique to watch and understand how people are viewing what we do.
Yeah, you're right about that. Carlos is in the house with us. Good to see you. Be careful if you're traveling. You say you're traveling, so Appreciate you checking in with us. Looks like Patty Joe had to step out. He said he's going to be listening in the car, so you be careful listening to us too, brother. But anyway,
How'd they get their name there?
yeah, I was going to ask that. How did you guys come up with your name?
There was a long debate over the channel name, but I like to make fresh pasta, which you need flour and eggs. And I also like to make pizza, which was flour and yeast. So initially we were going to stick to that theme of just, pizza and pasta and Italian dishes. But, very quickly I found that I started getting interested in other things also. So we try to keep one of the ingredients, either flour, eggs, or yeast, and things that we're talking about. But it doesn't always happen that way.
I understand. Yeah. You guys have kind of evolved a little bit in the direction you're going to, it looks like. Some of it partially. But how do you come up with your recipes? Do you is this something that was old school back home when you grew up, your mom or your grandmother or someone made, or is this something that you've come across yourself, or you may have seen another creator on YouTube come up and you thought, well, hey, I'll just do my twist on that?
Yeah, I'd say it's a combo of probably all of those things. I was the lucky recipient of my grandmother's cookbook. When she passed away, that was one of the things that I got that I cherished. So we went through and looked and started doing a lot of those just to kind of see if we can replicate. We're missing the love part, right? There's only so much you can get out of an actual recipe.
Right. Yeah.
But, we do see a lot of things that either you see on TV or you see other creators doing, and you kind of customize it and change it a little bit.
Right.
One of the things I think that we do pretty regularly is try to simplify.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be like that meatball recipe was a super simplified version of what my grandmother used to make.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to spend 5 hours making a meatball recipe.
But she would probably yell at us.
With 20 different ingredients that were all fresh and hand cut. And,
Right.
and we want to put a recipe out for somebody to maybe try. We want to make it easy and repeatable.
Yeah.
So that's we get our inspiration from quite a few, and she went to culinary school, but blah blah blah.
I keep going like this, but I always say the race. I did go to culinary school.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask that. I've already checked into that. I was going to talk to you a little bit about that here in just a little bit. I want to get in that direction here in just a little bit. We got a couple quick questions here. Corey says, "What up? Good to have Corey. We're going to have him on with us sometime in March, I think it is." Let's see. Karen says, "Is Cam originally from New York? His accent is exactly the same as my friend in the Bronx." I know you're of Italian heritage, right? Your grandmother's cooking, was she from the old world, from Italy, or is she from America, or?
Yeah, our family is from Sicily and Naples on the Italian side. But my younger formative years were spent in Brooklyn, so that's where the accent was built.
Brooklyn. You may have and you may not have ever heard me talk about this, but for many years I drove a truck coast to coast. I've owned several trucks over the years, and I was leased on to 2 companies out of New Jersey, so I was on the East Coast a lot. And man, I have had a lot of great Italian and Greek food out there, brother. I mean, I've got places that if Lord willing, me and Teresa ever get back that way again, I don't drive over the road anymore. I sold out several years ago, but if I ever get back out there just to visit, I've got some places I'd like to take her to, and great food, man. It's almost like the Greeks and the Italians are battling each other for the, the greatest dish. And I mean, you don't get a small portion. I mean, you get like a turkey platter full of food every time you get something ordered. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of things that Greece and Italy shared, historically, whether it's architecture or food. But most importantly, the Mediterranean, right? They're all around that same area, so the food sources are similar, and maybe the seasoning's a little bit different. But Greek pizza, Italian pizza, whatever you feel like, it's available.
Pizza?
Yeah, there's Turkish pizza. Yeah, everybody's got pizza, even Indian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's great food. Sheila's in the house with you. Good to have you with us tonight. And you know, we all kind of have goals. I know this is close to the first of the year. You guys are rocking it. I see your little logo on your counter most of the time that we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, I'm sure you guys are the way I see how you are putting everything together on the different social medias and everything. Because I've been snooping on you guys. I've been checking you out. All right, but. You know, I'm sure you have some sort of short-term goals you're trying to reach, and possibly long-term. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
So I'm going to show this, and if no one does this, I highly recommend it. So see how it says 1,000 subscribers?
Oh.
And it's a bottle of champagne. And then the other side of it says 4,000 watch hours, because I think we're all in that boat, right? That, you know, the subscribers are great, but the watch time is important as well. And I don't know about you guys, but I like seeing a visual goal and having a reward associated with it. And so someone gifted us a very nice bottle of champagne, and I thought we shouldn't open it. We should save it and do a live event. So we're only going to be doing live events every 500 subscribers. So we did one at 500, and we're going to do one at 1,000, and then hopefully, God willing, it'll just keep going.
Yeah.
But that's the first goal, the subscribers, and then the view counts. So, and I get excited. I get super excited. So Cam is, I'm more of the optimist in our relationship, and he is more of the realist. So I'll look and see how many subscribers we have, you know, and then he'll say something like, "Oh man, we only got 60 subscribers today." I'm like, 60? Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're getting like 30 a month ever.
It seems like the first 100 was the toughest to get. And then once you get there, it's kind of like a snowball effect. You know, as you continue to gain, it just continues to pick up speed, it seems like. And you guys are going to get to your 1,000 before long, I'm certain. Couple questions?
Just put a couple of those on.
Okay.
And then there is a question up there. That,
says, yes, this is a great idea. Visualize it and it will happen.
Yeah.
Carlos says that bottle will be open soon. That's right. No doubt. It will. You guys will be at that 1,000 before long. And the 4,000, I mean, it does take a little while, but the more content you put out, as like you were saying, you know, the shorts have been helping you on, but there's only 59 seconds of watch time, you know, and so, you know, that knocks your watch hours down a little bit, but I mean, they're constantly adding to your watch time. Who was it?
Go up here. Go up here. It was Karen, and she said, yes, right there. Did she go to culinary school?
Yeah, I'm going to pop this on the screen real quick, and then I'm going to take it right off because I'm going to talk about that here in just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we know which one of your videos have the most views. We're going to talk a little bit of technical things for just a few minutes, and then we're going to move on into some little more fun things to talk about. I'm sure most of our audience are going to want to know, but I'm kind of into the technical things, and I can tell, actually, who does the editing? Is that Cam? Oh, you. Teresa does all the editing. Cam, brother, I was certain it would have been you.
If I had more patience, maybe.
If you had, I tell you, it does take a lot to do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a grind, right? Because you can create content pretty quickly, and by the time you get all the little mishaps out and get it looking the way you want, it's hours later.
Yeah, no doubt. Takes a while.
I like to get through things a little bit more quickly.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite piece of video and equipment?
What do you think?
A new camera, whatever that was.
We have a Canon M50 camera that we just switched over to. It's been pretty helpful to have something that's a little bit more, we can kind of fine tune it a little bit more.
Yeah.
All the earlier videos were done on old iPhones or Samsungs, and your ability to create that angle and view that you are looking for was a little bit more difficult. So we're happy with that, and And we got some of the lighting situation squared away, which was nice also. That's always been a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Trying to show something in a pot or a pan and it's dark. I can see it, nobody else can.
Yeah. Lighting is a big thing. I mean, you can, and audio now. I'll say audio is too. Do you have a special mic that you're using, or you just?
Yeah, I think it's a Roku mic that attaches to the top of the camera. So it wound up being pretty nice because it's lightweight. And we don't really walk around with that camera too much just because of the logistics of carrying a full-size camera these days. But it's made inside a lot more clear, and we've lost a lot of the echo and the other challenges of trying to talk over things like the mixer, the microwave, or whatever.
Yeah. Elizabeth says she loves the videos that have the outtakes at the end. I do too. So that's pretty cool.
She loves watching us go down in flames. Both of them.
I didn't even tell him that I was going to start doing that. I just put it in because, I'm in charge of the editing. So I saw some really unique bloopers and I didn't ask Pam's permission at all. I just started putting them in. And then I even put some at the beginning because, average watch time, it's like 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm like, no one's getting to see the funny bloopers.
Right.
A few of our videos in the German series where he did Bavarian pretzel and currywurst and all these great recipes. So I instead put some of the bloopers at the beginning. You didn't like that though. He made me stop. He's like, don't put the bloopers at the beginning. It shows, that we're messing up, but I think people like them.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Karen says bloopers are the best. Yeah. It shows we're real. We all make mistakes. This is not a perfect thing, and that's what gives us all character, I think, and so that's great.
I did want to say, Mike, that before she started doing the bloopers, I would just talk, and even if I screwed something up, I just continued through the process, and then I talk to the camera and say, okay, cut, edit this out.
Right.
And to my horror, now all of a sudden, all of those things where I'm just kind of rambling and doing whatever to get through the process so I can get back on track. She's putting that in the bloopers. And I'm like, we got to draw a line here somewhere. Some of this stuff is probably not fit for YouTube.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because Teresa and now I'm going to have to ask you an honest question here. There's times that we kind of get a little heated about that. Do you guys get heated on something like that?
I'm like, we're not supposed to be fighting. This is supposed to be a creative release.
Yeah. We've quit recording the video until we finally calm down. Hey, this is how we're going to do this. Be honest about it. We do every now and then.
I do find it particularly interesting when she has to edit her own video.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's so much more difficult to edit yourself because I'm judging what I'm doing. But if I edit him, I'm totally fine putting him out there and doing whatever I need to do to produce the video. But it takes me so much longer when it's me on the camera.
Yeah. Bud's backyard with us, or maybe he's out. I'm not sure. But anyway, glad you were here. If we missed you, I would have liked to have welcomed you here, but appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't see him. I'm kind of glued to the screen here. I'm interested in this. But anyway, sorry about that, folks. If I miss you, I'm not doing it on purpose. Karen says you don't want to hear Chris and I when we're filming. Yeah, we do, too. We honestly do. Oh, wow. What was one of the hardest videos you filmed so far?
I think they get hard for different reasons. I think for me, I like to talk a lot. I like to explain what's happening. But I also am not trying to do 30 and 40-minute videos that no one's interested in. So anything that becomes more complicated or multiple steps, to me, becomes harder. But there are some times where we have to shoot different angles for things, and it winds up being a lot of small separate videos that need to be sewn together. I think is more difficult for her on the editing side.
Yeah. So he did a chocolate cupcake recipe right before Thanksgiving.
They're good.
They're very good. And But when I was editing, he does like to talk a lot, but it's not bad. But sometimes people will click off if there's not enough action. And so I decided to do one of those cupcakes that look like a little turkey, like it looks like a turkey. It has frosting and stuff. And so I combined both, and it was one of the most popular videos that we had on the channel, because by that time we only had a couple, like 200 subscribers, and we got like 1,000 views. And it's because it's kind of like balancing, what he's doing and what he's so good at, and then some decorating things to make it interesting.
What program do you use for editing?
We use WeVideo, and it's so difficult because everybody else, no one ever uses WeVideo. No one ever says that. And I don't know why I chose it a year and a half ago. But now, once you're on a platform, it's like I don't want to leave it because I'm comfortable with it. But everyone uses something different. And so it's okay. I think it doesn't do the thing that people go backwards on, like that new trend that people are doing backwards videos, like especially in food. If anybody has the capability, it seems to be very popular. You should do it. I can't because WeVideo doesn't do it. But, like when you crack an egg and you see it go back up into the egg, it's kind of like a cool visual effect.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they call that, but I know what you're talking about. Interesting. What was one of the most fun videos you had filming?
Oh yeah, the Polliner. I did a whole series on Oktoberfest beers, and those were fun because we were popping them open left and right. But Polliner was nice enough to license some of their media kit stuff to us, so we were able to meld in things that they had done. For that specific purpose of advertisement. They didn't send us a check. It wasn't a sponsored video, but they did give us a pretty good head start. And it just wound up being really fun to go back and think mentally to the trips that we have actually been able to go to Oktoberfest in the past.
Hey, you know what? That just jogged another question for me. When you said it wasn't sponsored, I've noticed you are like many of us. We're Amazon affiliates, and a lot of the links in your description are affiliate links. Your goal now is once you reach your 4,000 watch hours and your 1,000 subscribers, are you looking at trying to find some brand deals or sponsorships or something like that, or have you thought about that?
I think about it constantly, and I'll tell a short story in a moment. But it's one of those things where I think we have a pretty well-rounded platform where there's probably a couple of different things, whether it's kitchen tools or specific brands that we use. Like I know, like we use certain flour people, and we use certain eggs all the time. But now, looking back, in the early 90s, we had a New York Yankees website, my cousin and I, where we were live blogging or stuff before it was a thing, before anybody even knew what it was.
Right.
And all the time we get these offers to say, hey, we want to advertise, we want to do this. And we're like, no, we don't want to sell out. I don't want pop-ups on our website, and want to do it for us. And then, I turned around probably last year, and I'm like, boy, were we stupid.
Yeah.
We had a niche cut out. We were ahead of the pack. There was nobody else doing it.
Yeah.
And, it's just one of those. It's not necessarily a regret, but it is. I don't know that we'd be here talking to you if we did that. Who knows? So I'm more happy to be here with you tonight.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are here too. Sheila's leaving us. Good to have you, Sheila. She said it's so fun to see you guys. Mike, thank you for doing these lives. They were great. Off to eat dinner, so good deal. All right, appreciate you being here. They're
on there. That's
Jacqueline, Stephen and Jacqueline is a moderator in here with me, and they're adding your Instagram accounts and different things in the chat room here. So appreciate you doing that, Stephen. Let's see. I've got two things on my mind here, but I want to try to back up just a minute. Do you script anything, or you guys just wing it?
Mostly wing it.
Yeah.
If there's something that I need to, like, that I really want to say, that's the other thing. That's one of my problems, that I always finish a video and go, I should have said this, I could have did that, I could have, yeah.
Right.
But then he actually does it on video. So now me as the editor, I have one version, and then him who had this bright idea, and now another one, and I'm like, now I can make it work together.
Yeah.
So that's one of the risks of not scripting. But generally, if there's like a date or a time or something that I continue to flub in my mind, I'll just write a note on the side and take a quick peek at it. But I found that you can sometimes tell when people have memorized the script. And, we're not paid professional actors. There are people who are really good at that. So we tend to just go for it, and whatever happens, happens. In our earlier videos, we didn't even edit.
It was awful.
It would just go
It was
on.
wonderful.
Yeah, it would go on, and I talk and do what I was going to do, and whatever it was, it was. So we've come a long way.
Yeah, well, that's just part of the learning of YouTube. I mean, we have to start somewhere, and it's usually kind of ugly. I hadn't made it very far, I'm still coming along here, but gosh, I was just getting ready to.
You lose your train of thought?
I did. That's bad, isn't it? Oh my goodness, there's so many questions they've got me. They'll get to commenting, and it just makes me think of 11 different things.
Well, Mike, I had a question for you. So Cam was just asking me this morning, and I gave him my opinion. I'm curious what you guys will say. So back when you first started YouTube, do you ever take a peek at those videos and are slightly embarrassed? Like we looked at our content and we're like, God, it was so bad. Should we remove the content? And I said no, because people need to see how you grew and improved, because anyone could be on that same journey. And they can see, hopefully we'll get really good, keep getting better, and people can, look back and say, wow, they were really bad in May of 2020.
Yeah.
But would you keep or delete your content if you felt like it wasn't as good as you are now?
In my opinion, and on my channel, I do not. I leave it all. I've got some stuff that, it doesn't get any views. It does get some views, but I don't get any comments. Thank goodness I don't get bad comments either on it. But you're right. It does show your growth, and people see that you're real. They see where you started, and it gives them inspiration to think, hey, if they've done this, surely to goodness I can do this. And it kind of inspires them. And that's the big thing. Your biggest journey in YouTube is recording that first video.
Put that one on there. Where
100%.
Corey?
Yeah.
Corey says my older videos are really sucky and funny and embarrassing. I don't know about that, man. You do a great job.
I got a question up here, but it might be for later. It might be for later.
Let's see here. Max says, question, have you ever made tres leches cake?
What's that?
No, but should we? I mean, it's such a great cake. And, just so you guys know, Cam shoots so much content that I can't keep up. So I have about 50 videos in the pipeline ready to go. And I'm like, oh my God. So if you guys want tres leches, you can prioritize that and you can do it. But that cake is really yummy.
So you guys, that's good to know. So you guys have like a database or something, notes somewhere of upcoming videos that you're wanting to record, or you've already recorded and you got them in the pipeline just waiting to put them out?
Yeah. He just recorded a beer video for Oktoberfest 21.
Yeah.
So it's not going to release until September or October, but he tries to balance it in case something new or popular comes out. We can remove it from the slot, and he can do whatever is viral at the time.
Yeah. Cooking with Neighbors, Jerry Ellen's with us. Good to have you, Jerry Ellen. Thought I seen something else here. She says if I deleted the bad, I wouldn't have none.
Jerry Ellen, love your show.
I don't buy that either. Roy says you're probably more critical of your earlier videos than others are, and that's true. I mean, you're still getting you've got the video itself. You've got the view time. You've got people that can actually see it because, YouTube is constantly throwing older videos of ours out for people to watch. So you'll see in your your YouTube studio. Who actually monitors that? Teresa, do you do that, or Cam? Is that your forte there?
Yeah, I do it. Mm-hmm.
You do that? Okay.
I'm finding it a little overwhelming right now because I can't keep up with the comments, and I really pride ourselves because Cam, he has, if anyone watches our videos, just so you guys are not confused and you don't think some random guy is commenting on all your comments, his handle is Cam V.
Cam V, yeah.
Eric said something that's true. He had just started off
and comments on everybody's comments just to make them feel like we know that they're watching and that we appreciate it. But sometimes it's so fast that I can't do anything until Saturdays or Sundays when we're not working because we both have full-time jobs and it's busy.
Well, I brought up another question. I was wondering about that as much as you guys are doing, because I can tell you're very busy. I was wondering if maybe you were quarantined, didn't your job made you stay home, or are you still working out, or no?
Both working from home, so thankfully both of us have that luxury of being able to just be on the laptop. But sometimes that's more challenging because if anyone does work from home, people have access to their calendar and they'll just pop as many meetings as they can on it. So it's sometimes more work when you're working at home than if you were traveling for work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Little Eric says he started out just playing around on his channel, and now all he does is cooking. Cooking videos. So, and he does a great job. I watch all.
That's the best time to start too, is when you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have that full lifetime, and even if you don't want to become a chef or you don't want to work in a restaurant, you have that ability to feed yourself, which is pretty important.
Yeah. Yeah, my belly demands it. That's how I learned how to cook, was that appetite. It got the better of me. Oh, Janice says, Bag a Day Crochet speaks of possibly deleting older crochet tutorials, but those older videos still have quality, and you can see how she's improved over the last 6 or 7 years. And I think that's great. They do have quality because you are putting out content that people are interested in, hopefully.
There is a viewer for every video that I found. Maybe not the one, but there's a viewer.
Yeah, that's right. Misty's with us. She's going to be with us on, what is it? February the 7th on Super Bowl Sunday. So good to have you with us, Misty. All right. Well, I'm going to try to take a little turn here. I got one other quick technical question, but do you guys, do you add music to your videos or no?
Yes. Yeah. And actually my mom, so if she's still watching, I don't know if she's still in there, but I actually had my mom help me because she used to be a musician with my dad, and we used a platform called Epidemic, and I pay monthly fee for it, but I can give her access to it, and I kind of let her know, like, hey, we need help because music is not I'm not very good at selecting music. And so she chooses music and puts it in a folder for me with some notes like, hey, this would be good for Cam's upcoming Buzz with Your Cuz. This would be good for Italian recipes. And it's so nice because Epidemic has over 60,000 songs, and it can be quite overwhelming, even if it categorizes it with genres and tempos and such. But definitely be careful because when he was shooting one of our earliest videos, he had, Guns N' Roses playing in the background. He didn't realize that it wasn't allowed, even if it was lightly playing, and it came up like one of those copyright infringements.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, if you keep this video, so I don't know what we did.
We kept the video because I said we'll never be monetized. So nobody wants to watch me. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that is true. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because you can't just play anyone's music because you will get a copyright strike from YouTube. So, Epidemic Sound is something that I use as well. Patrick, of course, he's not here. He may be still listening, but I think he's got a show with the dude later on. But Patrick is the one turned me on to Epidemic Sound. I love it, man. They got a lot of great tunes there, you know, and anything that you use, if you're subscribed to them, even if you unsubscribe and you're not, don't have that subscription later on, once you purchase it the first time, there'll never be a copyright strike on any video that you have years later. So that's a great thing. Yes.
Next Sunday is when she's on.
Yeah. Next Sunday, the
she
7th.
said she was telling everyone in their live today.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see here. Roy says some of my favorite videos are creators who shot them 5 or 6 years ago in 480p with a shaky camera and poor sound. The rawness of some YouTube videos is actually part of the appeal. That's true. I watched some old rugged guys just out in the wilderness, you know, cooking out on open fire a lot. Some of them talk, some of them don't say a word. They just shoot, video, and it's awesome. I love it. Sometimes I catch myself watching a fire burn in a fire pit for 20 or 30 minutes. You know, I'm like, God, I just wasted 20 minutes on this video. So, Karen says, I'm getting Epidemic Sound soon. Seems great. It is. You'll be amazed at the amount of music. And a lot of it sounds very similar to, some of your big name bands, too. Sure does. All right. Well, let's turn the page there. I can't believe out of 4 pages, I've just went through 1 page so far. Can you guys believe it?
I can.
You're enjoying it, though.
Well, since we got 2 cooks in the house with us, what's your favorite cooking equipment, like an oven or grill or smoker? Or I know you've got a pizza oven out in the yard. I've seen that.
Yeah, well, it's got to be it's a tie. I love that Uni pizza oven, and you can cook other stuff in it. It runs on wood, like mine has little wood pellets in there, but you don't want to smoke, so it just burns it for heat. It gets up to 800-900 degrees Fahrenheit pretty quickly, about 10 minutes. So you can cook steaks or whatever you want in there, but I strictly do pizza in there. Yeah. And then, I have an Oklahoma Joe smoker that has carried us through many, many, many weeks and weekends of all sorts of delectable barbecue treats.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody has been seeing like air fryer recipes. So I love our air fryer. Once we got it as a gift last year, I hardly ever use the stove anymore because it's small, it's compact, and anything that I put in it tastes good. Like we just tried asparagus. We drizzled some olive oil on it, put some sea salt, put it at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. And the flavor that it produces and the nice crispy texture, it just is so delicious. He didn't like it. He spit it out, but I ate both servings for me. I thought it was delicious. It was good. It was good.
My asparagus has got to be on a grill.
So that probably answers my next question, Teresa. That what one cooking utensil can you not do without? And I guess that air fryer would be it, huh?
I am
Yes,
wanting
he
an
actually
air
got
fryer.
us the second one.
I want
You
one.
just-
He won't let me get one.
You just cost me money.
Well,
Use our affiliate link.
Thank you. What'd she say?
He said use our affiliate link. That's right.
Yes.
That's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
Perfect.
Yeah. I love it.
That air fryer is just a mini convection oven.
Mhm.
That's really all it is it's compact heat that blows air around. So it made life a lot easier, and the cleanup is certainly easier as well too.
Yeah. Karen says she uses her air fryer every day, way more than those 4,000 fancy ovens. Mike says, yeah, he says, I like doing ranch zucchini chips in the air fryer.
Oh, yes.
You guys are killing me, all of you.
Because I want something that's healthier, a little more healthy than your frying in the cast iron.
Well, bacon grease is healthy. I mean, really.
On the platform. Mr. Cast Iron.
Yeah. You have you have to have the cast iron.
Yeah.
Big
She
steak or anything anymore unless it's inside of a cast iron.
Yeah.
That eating, so wonderful.
She's gonna make me lose my reputation.
Yeah.
You know?
Mr. Air Fryer.
Yeah. I already went from keto style, which was a channel name, to Mr. Cast Iron. Now I'm gonna be Mr. Air Fryer, Mr. Airhead.
Airhead.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I'm going to assume, maybe that's bad, you know what assuming does, but I'm going to assume you guys would rather cook at home than order in or order out.
I think we come and go in waves. I think one of the things that really drove us, outside of the pandemic, of course, to cooking more at home is they started getting frustrated of going out and paying a lot of money for nice dinners, and at the end going, I'm better than that.
Yeah.
If I can do it better than you can, I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
So,
we're the same way. Teresa said many times, Mike, you can cook a better steak than that.
Oh, yes.
Or pizza or whatever. I'm not the pizza connoisseur you are, but I make a pretty good pizza, and in cast iron, by the way, everybody. And look here, Jerry Ellen says her son Casey's using cast iron because of Mike. Can you dig it? Rock on. Here's my buddy Mark down here. He says you got to have some BACON. Yeah.
In the Kitchen with Karen made chocolate covered bacon.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Chocolate covered bacon. Wow. Hey, what's your favorite, guys? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Or you may call it supper, or you may call it dinner down there. We call it supper here in the Mid-South.
I'm going to go with dinner because there's really no rules to dinner. You could eat breakfast for dinner, but I wouldn't eat dinner for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I would say none of those, and I like snacks. I like a cheese tray with some wine. I like snacks. I like chips. I like wings. So if there's a little, buffet of things on the table, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of the same way. I'm a big breakfast guy. I like breakfast, but like Cam, you can eat breakfast for dinner, but you can't eat dinner for breakfast, or you shouldn't. Maybe, I don't know. I guess if you had a job where you were working third shift or something, it might be a little different. But
that would be acceptable.
Yeah.
That would be acceptable.
Well, and have you guys ever heard that in Japan and those Asian countries, they actually eat full-size fish for breakfast, and that's why they are, more healthier, because they're eating like full-on protein, like fish for breakfast. So that's their breakfast.
Yeah.
That's like our dinner for breakfast.
And I did do a Belgian waffle recipe that has beer and yeast involved.
Did I produce that?
No, that's not out yet. That's in the list of treasures to be viewed soon.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed some of your recipes have beer or yeast or something like that, or a cocktail in it, huh?
Yeah, and pretty much a lot of people don't know, but anything that calls for water, you can substitute beer in.
Yeah.
Like for life. So
Yeah.
it's really easy to get carried away. Now, water is usually cheaper in America. So you have to be looking for that flavor. It's not something you do on everything.
I love it. That's cool. What's your favorite food to cook? That's for both of you. I know you both got two different choices, I'm sure.
I like to bake. So
Yeah.
I love it when you can smell the vanilla coming out of the oven, and you can just it's so quiet and you're just making something sweet and delicious. And then my favorite part is decorating. So we used to own a bakery a couple of years ago, and one of my favorite things to do, it was called Tuscan Treats Bakery over in Texas, was it would be early. I mean, I still had a full-time job, so we always kind of do something on the side for fun. I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and have a cake ready, frosted, and then pipe scroll work to make like an Italian, themed wedding cake. And it was so quiet and comforting. That is so nice to do for me. That's my favorite. What's yours?
I like smoking a cut of meat called picanha.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more fatty than brisket, and it takes way too long to do it, so we don't do it a lot. But if I had to spend a Saturday afternoon cooking something, it would be out at the smoker.
Yeah. Miss Sonia's got to leave us. We're glad you're here with us, and hopefully you can catch the replay. Folks, I'll leave the chat open on our replay. It takes YouTube about anywhere from 12 to 24 hours to render the video once this is done. But once that's over, the 12 to 24 hour period, the live chat will come back up. You can certainly go back through and see anyone in the chat section that you may not be subscribed to or whatever, or you want to check out their video or whatever. So we certainly welcome you to do that. And likewise, if you've not been over to Cam and Teresa's channel yet, be sure and go over and check out their channel. Check out some of their videos and give them a thumbs up, and certainly subscribe to them. And likewise, myself, if you've not been over to Mr. Cast Iron, go over and check us out and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, we love it all. So appreciate that. Yeah.
There's one up here. Did you see that? Where he right there? Yeah, there, I know you're past that, but
We barbecue for breakfast here in Texas all the time. Love the smoked brisket. Yeah, a good smoked brisket taco at 7 a.m.
yeah.
Breakfast tacos.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We discovered those when we moved to Texas 15 years ago, and breakfast tacos are not a thing in the Northeast. So we discovered them from Rudy's Barbecue. Right? Is that where we first had them?
Yeah. Oh man, all we needed was one.
Yeah. Yeah, pork loin's a big thing out on the East Coast for breakfast, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
So pork never hurt anybody.
Nah. Tell you what, we're going to make a turn here and see if we can ask you a few little quick questions. What's your favorite food to cook? Or I just asked that, didn't I? What's your favorite food to eat? I was looking at both of them at the same time. What's your favorite food to eat? See, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect around here.
Edit, cut.
Can't do that live.
Yeah, that's the wonder of the live event, right?
Love it.
It is. I think oh man, it's so hard. But I'm gonna take the layup here, and pizza is my favorite food to eat.
Pizza, yeah.
Think about the same. But I like his pizza the best. So, like it's such a dice roll if you go out for pizza, if it's gonna be good, if it's not gonna be good. But Cam, the way he makes the pizza, I just love it. And then I use the crust and I dip it in olive oil with a little salt, and it's so good.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I can't hear.
You can't hear it,
I
can you?
can't hear anything. We're gonna fix that later.
Yeah, we're working on trying to fix that somehow. We've got to get a splitter where she can use her
I try
head.
to read your lips, and I get like this, and that's why I make funny faces. So
We're doing a pretty good job because we had no idea until you tried to spell out.
They can hear you perfectly through this
uh-oh.
microphone.
I'm probably loud.
Yeah, you are. Just kidding.
Yes.
Thank you, baby.
Maybe.
You're awesome. I don't
Pour it
care.
on your head.
Last time we were doing an interview, she hit me upside the head with an iPhone. She got up and slapped me upside the head. Hey, if there was one food you guys could eat for the rest of your life, what would that be? If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Pizza, Cam?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And you know why? Because it's very versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want on there, so you won't get really tired of eating the same flavor. You can just keep rotating stuff on top of that pizza, and you're still okay for the rules of the game.
Yeah.
I have a very good answer. So my answer are oranges because they're so juicy and flavorful. They will protect me from scurvy if I'm only eating that for the rest of my life. And my mom can attest, and she's still watching, so I just saw a little note from her. So she'll appreciate this story. So when I was younger, probably about 10 years old, you could buy one of those big stacks of oranges that had like 10 or 12 in there. And I loved them so much. I ate all of them in one sitting got like, those sores because it's so acidic, but it was so delicious. I couldn't stop eating oranges. So that was mine.
Yeah. Hey, I just noticed we've already bumped up against 1 hour. I cannot believe that. But are you guys good to stay for a little while, or you need to run?
No, we're good.
We're here for you. We cleared
Okay.
our schedule.
Great. Well, what's your favorite junk food?
Favorite junk food?
I know mine.
Go ahead, you go first. I gotta think about it.
Tostitos and medium salsa. So good.
Tostitos and medium salsa.
Mm-hmm.
I like cookies.
You do?
Yes.
That's your favorite?
I think because there's so many different types of cookies. If I had to pick one, I like the rainbow Italian cookies.
Rainbow Italian cookies.
Almond flour and paste with fruit flavored jellies layered in between. Really, really super good, covered in chocolate on top.
Wow. What's your favorite ice cream? Or do you like ice cream? I guess I should ask first.
I like cookie dough.
Cookie dough?
I like mint chocolate chip with some hot on top. Really good.
Mint chocolate chip. With what now?
With caramel. Caramel.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, that was another question I had. What's your favorite ice cream topping? But do you guys drink coffee?
Yes.
A lot of it, huh?
A lot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 different types of coffee makers in our house.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you drink with dinner? Glass of wine.
I knew it.
Glass of wine. Yeah. Yeah.
Which one? What's your favorite?
What's your favorite wine?
You have a favorite?
I really don't anymore. I used to have a favorite, but
Well,
now.
tell them about the Sicily one because everybody in the chat could benefit from the health benefits of that wine.
Yes, it's from Sardinia.
Oh, I always say it's from Sicily. I'm sorry.
There's a red wine from a little island off of the coast of Italy called Sardinia. It's pronounced Penna now, but it's a Grenache grape that grows there. And the average age of the person who lives in Sardinia is like 96 years old. They have a very, very long life. And the one thing that they all do is gradually sip on this wine every day, all day. Yeah. So researchers have gone and looked and kind of broke down what's in there. And it had like the highest level of antioxidants and all of these other things that are supposed to be really good for you. So I don't know if there's a direct correlation, but I'm giving it my best shot.
Jerry Ellen says Tostitos. That's the same as Fritos. No, they're a different brand. And Mark says, "What's your favorite Little Debbie cake?"
I like the Star Crunch.
Star Crunch.
Oh yeah.
Does Little Debbie have the oatmeal cream pies? That's them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oatmeal cream pie.
They're so bad for us, though.
Little Eric says, "I love mint chocolate." So yeah, that's good stuff right there. Mike says Tostitos are corn tortilla chips and Fritos are ground corn chips. Yeah. Love that stuff. I heard that I'm going.
Live forever.
Live. I've got live on the brain here. You live or live.
With the amount
I
of
thought
wine
maybe she was going live with that amount of wine she was consuming. I thought, be careful. You'll forget what you want to ask. Like, I haven't had any wine, and I can't even remember what I want to ask.
It's that coffee.
It's all fun. All right, now I'm going to fire a few at you. Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers.
Hot dogs.
See, they're opposites.
Well, I got to ask you something, Teresa. Is a hot dog, is that a sandwich?
I think so, yes. And the best hot dog I've ever had is that place that we drive when we drive up to New Jersey, and it's the Cookout. Like, they have the best hot dogs. Am I saying their name? Yeah. They're like, and they're $1. It's like $1. So you can get as many as you want on your road trip.
Yeah.
They're mostly in the Carolinas. I think that's where there's a couple in Georgia. But Cookout is nice because it really does replicate a backyard cookout at a very, very affordable price.
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not, when Teresa and I go to Sam's Club, they have a little area there where you can order slices of pizza and hot dogs, and we always have a hot dog and a soda with us when we go there. I've just got to have it.
He thinks that's a date. Yep.
Well, you know.
Like, take me out on a date. Yep, that's where we go.
I love their hot dogs, man. Matter of fact, we buy them in big packages, you know, and bring them home. But we gotta have one there, you know, live while we're there. It's just gotta happen.
You can't now. You can't right now. But
yeah, I don't think they're allowed.
no.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
I like mozzarella cheese.
I like brie. So brie cheese with some spicy raspberry chipotle on top, and then use a cracker.
Yeah.
So, like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. How do you feel about, now this is probably for Cam. Well, that's for both of you.
Okay.
How do you feel about putting pineapple on a pizza?
No.
Oh,
If you want to, you certainly can. And there's one thing I will cede to anybody is that if you like it, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't have to like it. She doesn't have. Nobody has to like it but you. If you're eating it, you like it, you do it. For me, it's a no.
No for Cam? Teresa?
no.
No pineapple on pizza. Okay, cool. That's good. That's interesting. Now-
That's a question because that's a
Pineapple on their burger.
an argument in the pizza community.
Yeah, that's true. Now, when you guys were kids, did you eat the crust on a sandwich?
Yes.
Yeah.
On every piece of bread, no matter what. You didn't just punch out the middle and throw the crust to the side. Ate the crust. Both of you. Wow.
We needed every, like, when I was growing up, money was tight. So if you threw away the crust,
Yeah. Throwing away half of your sandwich, wasn't it?
There's
You know, that's one
team
of the
pineapple. There's pineapple bacon and barbecue. Yeah.
Oh, look here in the chat. What have we got going on here? Jeff says pineapple, bacon, and barbecue sauce goes with everything. All right. Here we've got Eric says team pineapple. Woo! Oh, man. Casey tried Mr. Cast Iron's Frito walking
thing. He ate it all.
Frito pie, and he ate it all and didn't get any. So she didn't get any, so it must be good. Yeah, that's Frito pie is awesome, man. That's an old school thing there.
I think everybody's wanting to go to their house for pizza.
Yeah, I'd like to go down to Orlando and eat a pizza down there. Let's see. Billy's in the house with us. Good to see you, Billy. Showing up. Sorry for showing up late, but do they use cast iron? And if so, what is their favorite piece?
Yeah, we have a couple of cast iron pans. They're all Lodge brands. So we don't have anything down to us or anything like that. So, like I said, I use them mostly for cooking various types of meats. I also cook pizza in them too as well, Mike.
Yeah.
You make a pretty dang good pan pizza inside of a cast iron for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mine,
Laura, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, Laura's here with us. She made it. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I keep asking Cam because I don't want to mess up his cast iron, but I would love to make cinnamon rolls in the cast iron. He's like, yeah, just do it. Like, just go. But I'm nervous because he uses it for steak and savory flavors. So I don't know, will that mess up my cinnamon rolls? And will my cinnamon rolls mess up his stuff? I don't know how that works really.
No, it'd be a great collision. No, it will be awesome. That's the great thing about cast iron. I'm sure Billy will attest to that. Billy's a big cast iron man, primarily like I am. And so one of these days I'm going to try to get Billy on here when he slows down, quits working so much. But anyway, Billy does a lot, him and around his wife and everything. But yeah, you guys can. Matter of fact, I make just canned biscuits sometimes if I don't want to make homemade. I'll just take canned biscuits, The key, and I don't know what Billy would say, but my advice on any piece of cast iron is lightly warm it up and grease it a little bit, and then wipe the excess grease out before you put either pizza crust or cinnamon rolls or biscuits or whatever. Put your biscuits in there. You can even put some butter in there if you want. It's a good fat, full-fledged butter, not any of that margarine crap, you know. But anyway, that'll be real helpful for your cast iron, and you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where did I miss?
Oh, they're still back on pineapple.
Roy, he's you
They're
got to
all
watch
talking
Roy.
about pineapple.
Roy says he eats his pizza on his pineapple. So.
Yeah. My.
Yeah. Let's see. Billy says, nope, it would be excellent. Cast iron is very forgiving. And that's true. You know, a lot of people have a little hesitation about cast iron, but really, it's really not as, if me and Billy can do it, hey, anybody can do it, you know? Come on now. Love you, Billy, man. Just picking on you, man. All right. Well, now, since we talked about cheese and everything, we've talked about pizza with pineapple on it, and we talked about bread and everything. Was there a food that you hated when you were a kid that you find yourself liking now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, asparagus.
Asparagus.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoy asparagus now, and I would not even look at it twice as a kid.
Yeah.
So my family and the friends that I was close to when I was growing up always used to make fun of me because I was such a picky eater. I would only eat steak or pizza. And that was like kind of an exaggeration. Of course, I ate other stuff, but I liked everything plain. Nothing could touch anything on the plates. Like, everything had to be totally plain, like nothing on it. So now I eat all sorts of stuff, like Brussels sprouts in the air fryer. So good.
Brussels sprouts in the air fryer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, we need an air fryer.
I don't know about
I
all
love
that.
Brussels sprouts.
Hey, guys, before I forget, my Teresa helped me create this little sticker. That's old skillet heads in the skillet there, cast iron skillet, Mr. Cast Iron, where everything's better in cast iron. If you'd like to do a sticker swap with us, I've got my email floating across the bottom down there. It's a play on words now. It's Green Acres Place. My last name is Acres, so greenacresplace@gmail.com. Shoot us over an email and leave me your address, name and address and everything, and tell me you want to swap stickers with us, and we'll get you one in the mail, and we appreciate that. Let's see, where did I go to here? Another quick question here now. Pork steaks or beef steaks? Which do you prefer?
I prefer beef, but when we're trying to lighten it up a little bit, we do eat our fair share of pork.
Yeah, that's cool. Mustard, mayonnaise, or ketchup?
It depends what we're eating. Sometimes it's all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a burger, I'll put all three on a burger.
Have you mixed them all together and made some kind of glaze or something? Or not necessarily a glaze, but a sauce like that? No?
No. No, it's got to be.
Only you have done that.
Well, I mean, hey, somebody's got to try it,
And I used to not like those things together, but I believe it was Idaho. I went to Twin Falls, Idaho, and got introduced to fry sauce, which I only thought that you had ketchup or for French fries, but they use fry sauce, which was a mixture of I don't know.
Isn't it mayonnaise?
It's
and
mayonnaise
ketchup?
and some other stuff,
Mhm.
but it was pretty good. And then I started getting open to the idea of different types of fixings.
Yeah. Jeff's trying to get into my wallet, too. He says I need to get Teresa a Blackstone 36-inch with an air fryer.
Wow.
I haven't seen one of those.
Man, if you guys have not been over to Tennessee Buck Outdoors channel, go over and check him out. He's got a cool little cart that he's made that he pulls behind his lawnmower and pulls it around where he's going to be cooking. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. He's got his Blackstone mounted in it. It's got all kinds of drawers and cabinet space. He's got everything you could imagine on that. It's pretty cool. But anyway, Eric says hot sauce, and more hot sauce for me. I'm with you, buddy.
He's not our age yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll feel that one of these days. French fries, tater tots, or onion rings?
Mm.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
I love onion rings if I've had my antacid. Yeah, that's my choice. What's yours?
I like tater tots.
Tater tots. You like cheese and chili and everything on them, or just
Tater tots.
tater tots?
Sometimes I don't. The tater tots to me, they're like every once in a while that we have them. The ones that I really like the most are made out of sweet potato.
Yeah.
And I'll put a little chipotle on them to
Yeah.
spice them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, what's your favorite dipping sauce? We talked about mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard. What's one of your favorite dipping sauce? You know, like marinara sauce or ranch or blue cheese, something like that. Honey mustard.
Mm.
I like queso.
That's what I was gonna say. Aw.
I like a nice.
Oh, y'all have something in common.
Guacamole.
No, you know I don't like guacamole.
I love guacamole.
I don't.
What do you say?
Guacamole.
Oh, yeah, guacamole.
Yeah, she loves my homemade guacamole.
Yes.
I think Mac down here would tell you it's guacamole. Guacamole! See? You know what I'm talking about down there in Tejas?
Cam is the man.
Yes, he is.
Cam is the man.
All right, now we got to get serious here. Now we've been cutting up way too much. I got to ask you: is cereal a soup?
Oh goodness, I hate this question.
No, a soup? No.
Yeah.
You put it in milk, it might be considered to be a soup.
Is it not a breakfast soup?
That is
I'll go
the
with
dumbest
breakfast.
question.
I mean, you don't usually cook it, but
Yeah.
I could be sold on that.
Did you
Okay.
think of that, Mike? Did you think of that? You did? That's very creative.
Cam's a man. Whoever said that earlier? Yeah, you're right. Wait a minute, I just missed Robert. Where is he at? Wait a minute, there he goes.
Oh.
Teresa, Cam, Mike, and Teresa. How you doing, Robert? Good to have you, brother. He's out in Arizona somewhere. I don't know where. He does some cool things with drones. He flies drones around in his videos and things like that. So you guys ought to go check him out sometime. Karen says guacamole is life in California. I love it.
That's not how she talks.
No,
though.
that's not a. Yeah, I know.
Northern California, they draw that line.
Yeah. Well, Teresa just let me out a while ago. I've been caged up, so
Yeah.
she just let me out to do this interview. Billy says ranch, and more ranch. Man, I love ranch too. That's good stuff.
I have
I
a
don't
question
care who
for
you
her.
are.
It's kind of off the thing. but I
Mr.
You
Mike
hear
Cast Iron seemed like he has watched my latest unpublished video.
Oh.
Unpublished, huh? I haven't yet, but you need to shoot me the link to that, brother. I'll be more than happy to watch that. Uncle Mike, you're super. No, buddy, you're super, Eric. You're my hero. I'm going to tell you right now, you are. You keep cooking, you keep staying in school and doing studies like you have, and keep making great videos. We just love you, man. I want to watch you from here on out. Roy says ground horseradish, sour cream, and a dab of mayonnaise makes a great sauce, especially for steak. Yeah, it really does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate that, buddy.
I have a question.
Okay, well, lay it on us, baby. What is your question?
Are you an artist?
Me?
Yes.
No, not really. Like I guess with cake I am. With cake, I guess I could say I'm an artist. And I like to do home projects, and I guess that's artistic in a way too. Funny story. So we have this huge wall in our living room, and it was totally barren and white. And I told Cam a couple years ago, I was like, I want to put up all those wooden slats. Have you guys ever seen that, where there's like a whole wall and it's different colors and there's wooden slats and it's
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so he was like, don't do it. It's going to be too much money and it's going to be too difficult. You know, like he's the realist and I'm like head in the clouds. I think it'll be amazing. So I go buy all of this stuff and I start doing it. And if you work on it, you nail each individual thing. And like about a quarter of the way in, I'm like, oh my God, he was right. It was so much work, but now I couldn't stop because one, it was already up and I couldn't tell him that he was right. So I worked like 8 weekends in a row doing it.
I feel you, Cam. What is that about men and women? I mean, it's just like a struggle sometimes.
Well, you're very creative.
Yeah.
You're very, very talented and creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
And neither one of us can draw a lick.
I wish I
Can't draw
could.
at all.
Yeah, there's a channel very outside of our niche who are in the chat right now, but her name is Beth Draw. And she is so talented. I follow her. She's that type of person that can just put a pen to paper and draw a cartoon or draw.
Yeah.
I wish I had that skill. That's so impressive that people can do that.
Well, I was telling Teresa before we got on the show, you know, there was something that you did with,
Yeah, you said it was peppermint candy?
Peppermint candy or something, and you just popped that on the thing there and kind of moved it around a little bit with your spoon and created this object, you know, and baked it and then come back and started painting on it. I thought that's the coolest thing, man.
So that was all by accident because I had a whole nother idea so I had seen this video about how to make gelatin. You blow up a balloon and you dip it in colored gelatin. And you're supposed to let it set and then you pop the balloon and then you have these gorgeous little spheres to put on top of your cake. It was awful. The recipe was awful. It was a whole lie. It didn't work. And so now I'm like, well, what do I do? And so we had all these candy canes and I thought, you know, how about I just grind them up and melt them on a Silpat. So if you guys don't have a Silpat, that is my second favorite thing in the kitchen because nothing sticks to it. And you can bake anything on it and it just pops right up. And it worked out really well. And so Cammie was the brains behind calling it Candy Cane Brittle.
Yeah.
And so we did a short on it and it got a couple thousand views. So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no doubt. Stephen Mull, hi guys, how are you all doing? Good to have you with us, man. We're doing great. We're fixing to turn the page here and look at some interesting stuff with them. I got a few quick questions. What's the weirdest food combination you guys really enjoy eating?
I don't do anything too out of the box. I have to try to think for a moment, although I do not hate when my macaroni and cheese bumps into ketchup, but I don't do it on purpose.
Ew, that is
Yeah.
When we were in Italy, we did see a lot of the British putting ketchup on their pizza, which completely grossed us out.
Yeah.
But I started thinking about it like later. I'm like, well, I'm trying to rationalize it. I'm like, it is tomatoes.
It is tomatoes, yeah.
Not the same. But yeah, so I think that's probably as weird as I will eat, and it's a complete accident.
Yeah.
Well, I must confess, man, I love peanut butter and jelly and honey and Karo syrup and who knows, there ain't no telling what I'll put on a sandwich like that. That's awesome.
Oh, I didn't know what K-roll was.
Karo syrup.
We have bottles of it here. She has no idea what
I didn't know that was what it was called. K-roll? Arrow. Oh.
Yeah. Corn syrup.
Yeah, very bad for
Yeah,
you.
very bad.
It's very bad for you.
Very, very bad for you.
You know what? I do like taking peanut butter and marshmallow fluff and making a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever tried that before, or Nutella.
They make marshmallows. They make them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so good. You can add any flavoring, and you buy
I watched that video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a little sticky, but it's so much better than buying marshmallows at the grocery store. And we decided to add Bailey's Irish Cream caramel flavor to our marshmallows, and they were just amazing.
He's always saying, "What is in a marshmallow? What is that?" You know. So I'm gonna have him watch your video.
Yes, yes. It's sugar, corn syrup, so you'll like that, or Cairo.
Yeah. Steven's with us, cooking with this guy. Evening to you, brother. Good to have you with us. Roy says in Australia the catsup is made from bananas. True story. Looks and tastes just like tomato
Really?
ketchup. I don't know, man. You got to be careful with with
sure.
Roy. He
not
might
sure
take you
about
down
him.
a trail. Yeah, I love picking on him.
What's their favorite season?
Okay, we got a question here. Billy says, "What are Cam and Teresa's favorite seasonings for food?"
I guess obviously it would depend what we're cooking. Salt is a must.
Yeah.
But I tend to like things that are a little bit spicy. So Creole seasonings or even chilies, Serrano chili,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I tend to, and she doesn't like spicy, so it works out perfect.
Well, that's great that you said that, because that was one of my next questions. What's one of the spiciest foods you've ever eaten?
Oh man, there used to be this restaurant in New Jersey called Charlie Brown's. No relation to the cartoon. And they had wings there that I don't know if they were Scotch bonnet peppers or something, but I like spicy. I love buffalo wings, so I ordered these wings, and the waiter comes over and they're like, "Yeah, these are super spicy," and I'm like, "Put them down." So I started eating the wings, and I knew immediately. Yes, I started sweating, which never happens. My lips were burned and numb. Ruined the entire rest. I love the wings. Ruined the entire rest of the dinner because I tasted nothing. They could have served me anything after that. So those wings were they were heavy hitters.
Well, where was that at in Jersey?
There was a small chain. It was a localized chain, but I think this one was in either Homedale or Homedale, New Jersey. I think would have been considered.
Okay.
Karen says it's true.
She's
She's vouching for him. No,
wait a
well,
minute.
Karen says it's true.
It's true. Same in the Philippines. So.
Yeah, and little Eric, he says he's heading over there. He wants to live with them.
Leanne says I like spice, but not too much.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Steven says love a good hot wing. Me too. What's one of the weirdest smelling foods you've ever smelled?
Jackfruit.
Oh, I was going to say that. Yes, because we did it for part of the video, and it smelled like fruity fruity gum. What is that? Not Bubblicious. The yellow packet of gum.
Juicy fruit?
Juicy fruit. Yes, it smelled like juicy fruit.
I like that he breathed the line. Yeah, I was like, she's gonna get to it eventually. Thank you.
No, it smelled like juicy fruit, and the inside of a jackfruit. You guys, you probably normally find it at the freezer section, but if you see it in the produce section, it's kind of fun. It's like the size of both of our heads. It can go anywhere from 10 pounds to 22 pounds in weight. And so you crack it open, you open it up, and inside the flesh is so flavorful. It smells like juicy fruit. And then the big nuts that are probably about 2 inches. Yeah, seeds. You peel them, you chop them up, and you roast them in the oven. And I chose olive oil and Italian seasoning, and it was delicious. So you have the benefits of both things, and it's kind of fun to crack that jackfruit open.
Are you going to tell them what you could also use it for?
Oh, pulled pork. You guys would love that. So vegan people use it for pulled pork because of the consistency of it, and it absorbs any flavor that you put into it.
There's a good question.
That's what I was going to say.
I mean, they kind of answered her. No, the other one. Yeah, I love jackfruit. Who cooks? More?
Billy says, who cooks more, Teresa or Cam?
Yeah.
Cam does. You cook more around the house?
Yeah.
I do too.
You get to control the menu that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I make the coffee, so I am a coffee person in the morning. I wake up earlier. I make him coffee. I get breakfast. I try to set the stage for a positive day. And then my favorite dish that Cam makes for us, it's my favorite day of the week because normally he only makes it on Sunday, but I would eat it every single day as his chili. And I keep telling him to do a video because it tastes so delicious. And he's like, like, it's just my chili. And I'm like, but it's so good.
Now, this one here, I'm not sure about.
That's awesome.
You better go to the next question.
I know, man. Roy, before long, Roy will be putting up here. Do you know how to make a possum not smile or something like that here in a minute? But, all right, Cam, this one's for you. Do you eat food that is past the expiration date if it still smells good and looks fine?
It depends what it is. Like bread and stuff, I will. Tomatoes, no. Like anything that may possibly kill me, no. Like botulism, I don't like that. But other things, we will push the limits, but not regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what food have you never eaten but would really like to try sometime?
That's a good question. I mean, I think we kind of limited ourselves down to what we like already. I'm trying to think if there's anything.
I don't know. I see a lot of the people on the channels do sometimes unique animals like alligator and stuff. And I always wanted to try it just to see what it tastes like. I'm curious. I just want to know. Like, it seems like it's a popular thing. I would try it.
I'm kind of stuck on that one. That's a bad question for me in my mental catalog of things. So I'm just like, at this point, like we already know, like if you like something, you're just gonna eat it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Well, you might have this on your list, Mike. So I apologize if we're jumping. But Cammy, his most interesting thing that both of us have had. We went to the Mexico Pavilion at Disney World. And on their margaritas, they line the cup with sugared ants.
Sugared ants.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And so we
I've heard of
decided not to have it, but we asked for a side of it just so that we could see what it looked like. And we didn't taste it, but we were like, is this a thing? And that's a thing that people like to have in Mexico.
Wow.
I think. Well, if it was served there, I'm assuming that's there.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Billy says, who picks up the fast food more, Teresa or Cam?
Well, that was pre-pandemic, so I've been really good since then, but I love fast food like Popeye's chicken sandwich or KFC fried chicken. Like, I love fried food. And probably the best thing that 2020 did for us is that we don't make fried food except for the air fryer. Teresa, I'm doing a little shout out there for you. But so I am definitely a fast food person.
All right, I'm reluctant to do this, but I'm going to put this comment up here, and then we're going to turn the corner here. But Roy says alligator. In Australia, they're made from bananas, but taste just like Florida alligators. I'm surprised, being from Florida, you haven't tried gator tail.
It is available.
I thought the crocodiles in Australia were made from bananas. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You better turn that corner.
Yeah, I've got to turn another quick corner here.
An hour and 40.
I know, we're just rocking on here, baby. That's the way it goes. First your money, then you close. I'm going to really blow our group's mind here and jump over to your website for just a minute. And
oh, wow.
You guys have an awesome website. I've checked this out. It's very interesting.
Wow.
Looks like you're doing a great job. Who does the website? Who does all the work on the website?
Look,
Teresa does.
it.
Wow. Okay. Awesome.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's.
Wow.
There's a lot to this, and I want to get into this a little bit here. I noticed that you've got some stuff in here for Disney. There's a stained glass cake collaboration you did. There's the one that you did that really impressed me. That is just absolutely amazing. but I don't want to scroll too fast, get everybody real dizzy here. I'll
Oh.
try to slow down. I
I
hate
get in
that.
trouble for that.
Yeah, you do very much.
Yeah, this is great.
But I want to, folks, if you've not been to their website here, it's flour, eggs, and yeast.com. Be sure and go over to that. Let me copy this and just put it in the chat room real quick here.
I think they did earlier. Stephen did.
Stephen did? Okay. I'll just want to post that real quick so you guys can
Yeah.
go over and check out their website. But what I want to get to really is the About Us section. I've got some questions for you here, and I want to take and blow this up a little bit more where I can read it, because like I said, I am over 50, well over 50. But it says a little bit about us, and I'd like to read this a little bit. This note is from Teresa. It says, I remember the day I told my mom I had enrolled in a New York restaurant school to get my culinary degree. Her very first response was, "What? Absolutely not. The school was located off of Canal Street in New York City and would take me for the next 2 years nearly 2 hours to get to class after my New Jersey Transit and subway rides. Even though she was extremely nervous for me breaking out into the world, she would drive me to the train station every weekday morning by 5 a.m. and supported me throughout all of it. She, as always, has never failed to be my biggest cheerleader in life, no matter how many directions it has taken me. Although I ended up in a career that was outside of the traditional food industry, I am thankful for my experience of exploring the world of chefs de cuisine, including volunteering at the James Beard Foundation and Windows on the World during my time in New York City. I love that I have an opportunity to reignite my love of food through our channel alongside my husband Cam." So
That's cool.
that is so cool that you actually went to school, and so that kind of answers some of the questions many of us have had, I think, about some of your techniques and stuff. Did you learn a lot of that baking technique there?
Yes, yes. And what was interesting is that I wanted to get a bachelor, associate's degree there. And the only way that you could get an associate's degree there is to do all three. So I did culinary, I did pastry, and I did management for restaurants. And so my favorite by far was the pastries. And I just thought it was so amazing how you could combine flour, sugar, eggs, and just create so many different creations and make people happy with it. So most often people go to desserts as a source of comfort. And I think that resonated with me because I love making people happy. And so that's what I loved to learn about and to do. And so, yeah, definitely got a lot from culinary school. And thanks, Mom, for letting me go.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Yeah. Hey, well, I'm going to scroll down here, and I've got a note here from Camillo. Can someone tell me who she is?
That's me. That's Cam.
Yeah, that's really cute.
I just got to pick on you a little bit. But anyway, here's a little note from Camillo. Food is essential. We all need it, yet we all like different things. No one really knows why, although scientists have made a couple good guesses. What I know from growing up in an Italian family, it's where we gathered and socialized for hours on end, eating and drinking the whole time. If we had a diet app back then, we were all screwed. Thankfully, we didn't, and pasta was served with everything. Excuse me. As we got older and people moved away and started families of their own, the Sunday meal became a distant memory, man. That's no doubt about that. I am guilty as well, and we started eating out more as a matter of convenience. As we ate through all of the hot spots and hidden gems, I found myself comparing them to family dinners and quickly realized a distant memory did not have to slowly fade away. I took action and began a culinary journey of my own, guided by my relentless pursuit of quality food. We started compiling some recipes I reasoned out based on what I liked, but slowly fell back into the foodie scene. When my grandmother passed away, her family recipe collection was found some years later
Neat.
and placed into my possession, where it has rekindled a desire to connect friends and family to the best food I can make. Still today, as you read this, we are celebrating our ancestors, their culture, and I know they are looking down on us, proud and happy we are keeping the tradition alive through food and wine. Naturally, I have branched out into all walks of food, but the family recipes remain the most dear to my heart.
Oh, that's neat. Who's in the picture?
Oh, that's my father's side of the family.
Oh, that's neat.
I would say that's circa 1950s.
Wow, that's really neat. Neat,
Yeah.
neat.
You know, Billy said something too, and I agree. He's saying thank you so much for doing an about page. So many folks don't. It sure makes it easier to figure out if someone wants to subscribe or not. And he's talking about on our YouTube channel. And I say that, I've said that several times in here, folks. You need to fill out your about page. Be sure and leave your email address in there where people can contact you somehow. And but yeah, the about page, when someone that I'm not subscribed to either comments on one of my videos or even here in a live, if someone's in here that I go check out, the very first thing I do when I log into their channel is go to the about page. I want to see what it says. I want to see when they started their channel and roughly how many views they've had, and then immediately I go to the videos and I filter it out to their most popular video. I check that out, and then I go back and I check out their oldest videos, Teresa, so I see where they started from, you know. So I seen your videos in portrait mode.
Know what to do.
No, that's cool. But thanks, Billy, for reminding me of that, man. You're right. It's so important, folks. Be sure and do that. And like we always say, too, on comments, be sure and try, if you can at all possible, you know, reply back to people that leave comments on your channel, because if they thought enough to leave you a comment, I mean, it's only right that we should try to reply back best we can. And it, you know, it just builds community. I mean, it builds engagement. That increases your engagement in the YouTube analytics, and it just helps boost your channel with authority. So be sure and do that, guys.
That's great. That's just
I want to go back to your website for just a minute. Let me scroll back up. Cam, you know I was picking on you, brother, don't you?
I've been done much worse, so that's okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick on you if I didn't love you, man. So it's all in love, all right? You know, I tell Teresa we have a love-hate relationship. You know, we love to hate each other, or hate to love each other, one or the other. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you know, I'm just teasing. Oh, let's see here. Let's get back up here.
Such a good.
Yeah, this is a great website. The kitchen tools. Now, I went through that and looked at that. So you guys have got some Amazon links here for
There's
your
the air
tools.
fryer,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, there's the air fryer. You're getting in my billfold again. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's great.
All of it is.
Yeah. This is really well put together.
It is.
I like it.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to quit sharing this and get back out of here for just a minute and talk to you guys a little bit more. We're bumping up against 2 hours. I don't want to keep you too long. I still got a lot of stuff, but hopefully that'll give us inspiration sometime to come back again and have another show, and maybe we can answer some of these other questions.
I drank a whole bottle
I
of
know
wine.
they've probably drank 2 bottles of wine by now. I mean, you know, I've been through a pot of coffee and a half. You know, Billy's about to fire up that Dutch oven. We're fixing to have breakfast. But anyway, you guys have been a great guest, a lot of fun, and we've certainly enjoyed it. There's so many things we could ask, and like I said, I've got 2 more pages of questions here that we could go through, mainly trivia stuff. You know, there's some funny things in here too that I always like to ask, so I'm going to ask about 2 or 3 more before we go. What is one thing that no one knows about you or would never believe? And that's for both of you individually.
You can go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I ran a half marathon.
Oh,
and
that's
and
true.
it ended badly. I got myself pretty hurt. But looking at me now, you'd never know that having some sort of workout routine used to be part of my life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that unless you know me, you wouldn't have known old hours and the gym and doing other things over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think this is funny, and the reason why I had him go first is because I know that he'll tell me later, like, you shouldn't have said that story. So
let's just start off with don't tell that story.
No. So Cam and I have been together almost 18 years.
I know where this is going. I'm going to hit mute, Mike. I'm going to hit mute.
No.
I'll have her email it to me. So
I met him, and at that time I was ready to take a break and not get involved with anyone. And then I met Cam, and he was like amazing, and I knew it right away. And I wanted some sort of demonstration of my love because I thought, he's the one. I need to demonstrate to him how. And so it was our year anniversary. We had started dating, and it was our year anniversary, and he was traveling into New York City for his job. And I knew that he would take the subway or the train, the New Jersey Transit. And so I got it in my head that I would go with spray paint and spray paint happy anniversary on one of the underground overheads. Oh, and I am not a rule breaker. I am a rule follower. And so I did not understand that this was not allowed. And so I got the spray paint. I'm so excited. I go by myself on the train. And that evening at 7:00, I was supposed to pick him up from the train station in, New Jersey. But I was like, it's the morning, I'll make it. So I get there and I keep seeing all this graffiti, and people had warned me, don't graffiti over graffiti because the gangs will be mad at you. I was like, okay, well, I can't do there. So I kept going closer and closer, and I got to the Newark airport, like new area that it was all crystal beautiful clean. I was like, well, this looks like a good place. So I get off the train, and I have my backpack of the spray paint. I jump off the platform. I run to go to an overhang thing. I actually write happy anniversary, but I know not to put his name or mine. And then I leave the cans there because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get caught with them. And then I see the police things because they have videos all over New York. Yep. And so they arrested me, and I'm like panicking, like sweating, and my heart is racing. He doesn't know anything that's happening. And so the time is clicking, and I am actually in a jail in Newark the day of our anniversary. And he's already gotten dropped off. He doesn't know where I am. There's no cell phones back then. So he has to start walking the 3-mile walk home.
It was 7.5 miles. In dress clothes.
And so I didn't want to tell him. So I called my brother. I was like, I'm in jail. You have to help me. And so he came and picked me up. I had a near panic attack, and it is something that I never would do again. I don't recommend it. Like, just, FYI, don't do that. But it was all in the name of love. And
they let her go.
Let me go because they knew.
Great
they were
love.
like,
That is love.
Yeah,
wow.
and the police officers made fun of me while I was walking out, and they had a little thing that said "I love you," and they put it on the little partition thing. They were mocking me.
Now, I naturally said, did you ever think to yourself why there was no graffiti there?
Yeah.
Because everybody else is smart enough not to do it. I'm like, that's federal property.
That answers another question.
Don't ask that one
now.
now.
Now I've got to for Cam now. I mean, Teresa's already shared it. She's answered 2 questions with one story.
One.
So,
but that was love.
I know that was all. What's love
great.
got to do with it?
That
right there,
great.
spray paint. That's what
great.
love's got to do with it. All right, Cam, this is for you. This is the last and final question here. If you were arrested with no explanation, what were your friends and family assume you had done?
Probably some sort of cyber hacking event, I would imagine.
Cyber hacking.
Oh. Yeah.
That's cool. Teresa, they can't top that.
No one can, I don't think.
Yeah, that we're gonna have to chalk that up for number one right there.
Yes.
That's. I feel for you.
You do have to ask
We're
me
married,
that one
so
question.
we're good.
I could see that happening. Though, do what?
About the lottery, you gotta ask that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
You
I'll
gotta
ask
ask
that
that
one.
one. One
If
more.
you were to win the lottery, of course, we know there was just $1 billion lottery one. If you were to win the lottery, what would you folks do with it?
He has a plan on that. Yeah.
Well, the first thing we'd cash the ticket.
And still work.
And yes, and then we would still work.
Mhm.
And anytime I was asked to do anything, I would say, sure, as soon as I'm done counting my money, and you just interrupted me.
But we would still work because it gives, structure to your life, and you get to interact with people. And, some people might quit their jobs and never work again, but then you're bored, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, some people have gotten themselves into some real trouble. It's not as hard to spend all that money as we think it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
But those things we always go through, but you have to buy a ticket first.
You
Yeah.
That's the worst. It's the worst. Because everybody has these conversations, and I know like maybe 5% of the people have actually purchased the ticket. So you really get that dream going. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? What are you saying?
Strong's
If you haven't said before she's a jailbird. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
She's got a
Be
new,
sure and subscribe. Help Cam out, before Teresa goes
she's
back
got
to
a
jail.
new nickname now, the
Yeah.
jailbird.
The jailbird. We love you, Teresa. We're just picking on you,
That was great.
It's so unlike my character, and hopefully everybody kind of gets that feeling of who I am. And very, I am not a rule breaker, so that's why it was so unbelievable.
That was great.
That's too much right there. Well, hey guys, we're bumping up against 2 hours. This has been a lot of fun. I just want to ask you one more quick thing. How I know Stephen has been posting it in the chat room, but we'd like to hear it from you. How can people follow you on social media? How can they find you other than your YouTube channel?
you go.
FlourEggsYeast.com is our website. And then Flour, Eggs, and Yeast, the YouTube channel. So we post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we really hope you guys engage with us. We also have Instagram. It's a little, not as often that we get to post on there. But we really appreciated the opportunity to hang out with you both. We have watched you from afar for so many months. And we just feel like both of you, Mike and Teresa, just you're so authentic and you're there for the community. And when you had said, hey, reach out if you're interested, I was like, I'm going to reach out. It was almost like I was reaching out to someone that we so admired, that it was so nice that you immediately responded. And you can truly see all the dialogue in the chat every single week, how much people truly value this forum that you create. And we love it. We'll be making dinner and we'll be listening to you guys doing the live chat. And at times we are fighting over the keyboard of who gets to respond to different people.
Oh, that's great, man. We certainly appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys. And, we really value the fact that we can call you friends, and we look forward to, continuing on this journey. And I always say this to everybody, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If there's anything that I can ever help you do, you've got my email and you've got my phone number. You can send me a text or whatever. I mean, I'm all over social media in different places. I can be found pretty easy. I got a face only a mother would love, but you can find me. So we'd certainly be more than happy to help you any way we can. And we appreciate you guys so much.
One more thing you got to put up there.
Okay.
Karen was arrested.
I was arrested at the airport for having a chef knife in my purse.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Before we go, just one more quick thing. Do you have anything that you would like to say, not only to our chat room audience, but also to your subscribers? Is there anything you guys would like to say?
You want to say anything?
Yeah. So we truly appreciate you guys. We have so many exciting videos coming out. Hopefully you'll be able to join us and follow along. And we both bring something different to the table. So whoever you resonate more with, hopefully you find some, something to look forward to. And our whole intent is to bring a smile to your face. So whether it's through a recipe or our bloopers or his Buzz with Your Cuz on Fridays, we really appreciate it, and we're just so thankful. And we're like so blown away that we have this many subscribers. We really didn't think, it's wonderful how you guys are so supportive.
Yeah, that's great. Hey guys, if you've not been over to their channel, be sure and go over and check out their videos. Give them a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe if you have not. And likewise, we'd appreciate you going checking us out. We're going to have a great show tomorrow night. I got a gentleman, Kirby Q, is going to be on. We'd love to have you guys show up tomorrow night. And we're going to get ready and get off of here. We appreciate you guys staying with us tonight, and look forward to seeing you in the future. You guys take care. God bless you. It's Mike over here at Mr. Cast Iron. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks, everyone.
That strong, Mike